Hello, I am Chylli from channel Chylli, also known as Chai, and we are back for more depersonalization. Continuing in the hospital file room, we were about to search through all the patient files to figure out who could be the murderer behind this third case. I think we should be good to continue on. I don't think there's anything left we need to do here. File 1. Patient name Melbis Freelancer. Department Psychiatry. Attending physician. All roles. Chief complaint. Patient reports depression, loss of interest accompanied by insomnia, lapse of... God, I can't speak. Loss of appetite and claims to hear voices. Medical history. Patient began to gradually show depression from losing interest in previously enjoyed activities, video games, socializing, feeling tired and without strength. In the last 2 months, symptoms worsened, sleeping only 3 to 4 hours a night and waking up early. An appetite decreased significantly, with a weight loss of about 5 kilograms. The patient reports feeling that life has no meaning and recently had suicidal thoughts several times, but did not take any action. In addition, the patient claims that in the last month he often hears someone talking about him, with content mainly critical and derogatory, and occasionally sees blurry human figures in the corner of the room, which disappear upon approach. Patient denies recent stressful events and has no history of alcohol or drug abuse. Psychiatric examination. General appearance. The patient is conscious, well-dressed, cooperative, but with an apathetic expression and slow speech. Visibly depressed, reports feeling that life has no hope. Blunted emotional reaction. Coherent thoughts with symptoms of auditory and visual hallucinations. The patient claims to hear someone talking about him, with mainly negative content, and see blurry human figures in the corner of the room. No obvious delusional content was found. Attention, memory, and orientation are all normal. All roles. Dorimer, freelancer, psychiatry. Depression, loss of appetite, persistent anxiety, palpitations, insomnia, etc. Patient presents persistent anxiety without apparent cause, often leading to tense and restless, with somnatic symptoms such as palpitations, sweating, and shortness of breath. Difficulty falling asleep at night, wakes up easily, poor sleep quality. A week ago, due to increased stress, symptoms worsened with obvious fear of worrying about losing control or dying suddenly. Inability to concentrate and decreased work efficiency. The patient tried to take calming medications on his own, but the effect was unsatisfactory, so he sought our hospital. The patient is conscious, oriented, cooperative, with a tense and restless expression. Anxiety, reports always worrying that bad things will happen, with deep fear. Coherent thoughts, content centered on anxiety, with excessive worry and catastrophic thinking. Violent. A large number of disordered files pass before your eyes. Like looking for a needle in a haystack, you saw many files of patients with fetishes, Cotard syndrome, pica, some with severe brain damage from excessive drug use, and even some who claim to be addicted to human flesh. But based on the information provided by the police, none of these people were related to the case. The hospital files were like a kaleidoscope of the world, where you could see the bizarre lives of each patient. Many had multiple diagnostic reports, but most left only a page of medical records and disappeared. Violet's name appeared repeatedly before you. The elegant signature was a small consolation in the tedious process of file research. By chance, you noticed a page with Sekhmet's name. There was only a few lines. He consulted in psychiatry. The attending physician was Hall Rolls, but the disease history and psychiatric examination were blank, except for a note at the end that said the patient insisted on abandoning treatment and psychological exams for personal reasons. Time passed quickly. Your hope of finding a clue in the pile of files was gradually fading, with a pile of irrelevant files. The dim light in the file room further intensified your fatigue. What a pain. I hate office work. You look at your pocket watch. It was already night. There were so many files to check. Forget it. This kind of thing can't be rushed. I'll go first. What happened to the breaker trip? You turned on your cell phone, using the light to illuminate the environment, barely able to see things around you. I remember the light boxes in this room, or maybe I should go out to see. You carefully examined the light box. The wires were intertwined. In the dark, you couldn't figure out if there was a problem. But judging by the circuit breaker, the light box had not tripped. Strange, the light box seems normal. Could the cause be something else? Why is the hospital lobby also dark? Is the whole hospital without power? Unlikely. I'll keep walking for now. No one. What's going on? And what's that heavy breathing? You drew your pistol, ready to shoot at any potential danger. Better go slow. I have a bad feeling. What the hell is that? This thing is huge. It takes up almost the entire hallway. If I go straight through, I'll definitely be discovered. Maybe I can shoot from a distance several times. Even in the dark, I'm sure I can hit it. Okay, that lag kind of fucked me over there, but it's alright. Give me a second here. Sorry about the interruption there. We should be fine now. The mass of flesh and bones collapsed to the floor with a thud. The twisted flesh still writhed, but as time passed, it lost its life. Solved. How can there be such a thing in the hospital? Where are the others? Violet? Violet! What the hell, hey? It's not over yet. As you reloaded the pistol, this monster, born from a large piece of flesh, quickly crawled toward one side of the hospital. There we go, clean up our bleeding a little bit there. He seems to be scared. No, I can't let this monster live. I must kill him. Doesn't seem like I really have a choice here. Detective. A cry came from behind you. The voice seemed familiar, but when you turned around, there was only darkness. What's that sound? I think I've heard it somewhere. Detective. What? Violet? The darkness of the hospital morgue instantly dissipated. Violet was very close to you, and in the distance, many people were looking from the morgue door. And this so-called monster by your side was now a little girl trembling in a corner. No, no. A hallucination. This is a hallucination. Relax, detective. Take a deep breath. Come on, do as I do. Nothing will happen to you. No, this is all not real. I'm still in a dream. I'm definitely still in a dream. You're fake. Those monsters, the red tentacles, I killed it. You're definitely a hallucination he created too. Don't deceive me. Follow the doctor's orders, detective. You promised me. You have to believe that this is reality, not a dream. Follow the doctor's orders. Come on, do the same as me. Relax. Violet raised her hands above her shoulders, palms out, and then slowly crouched down, indicating for you to follow her. You slowly also crouched down. The gun in your hand slipped and fell to the floor the moment you opened your palm. Okay, you did very well. Now stand up slowly. Nothing will happen to you. Don't cry. Don't be afraid of me. Don't stay away from me. Okay, great. I'm not going to hurry you. Come, get closer to me. Violet hugged you tightly, guiding you to crash down slowly. Violet patted your back lightly. The two heartbeats at this moment synchronized. The distance between you and her was so small that the warmth of your cheeks touching was enough to gradually calm the intense panic. And the scent of flowers in her hair calmed your nerves. The tense nerves and doubt about reality finally dissipated. A string in your mind seemed to suddenly snap and you temporarily fell asleep in Violet's arms. You felt that this scene was familiar, as if yesterday morning you had also woken up in the same bed. You were out of bed, skillfully disconnecting the hospital monitor, silencing those noisy machines. But fortunately, this time there's no dizziness that came from going back and forth from dreams, and time seemed to not have passed much. There were also no footsteps coming from outside the door. I'm curious if I can select to use the pistol down in the action menu. Okay, I can. I was just really curious if I actually could. Alright, let's go back to the lobby then. That's it. Okay, we understand. Excuse me, how is your wound? I'm fine. After all, I got injured in the hospital. The bullet hit the shoulder tendon, causing it to rupture, but it didn't damage the bone, which was lucky in a way. You need to rest for a while. Not do intense exercises, and the ointment needs to be changed daily. As for the hospital, I will request a work accident report. Understood. Noticing your arrival, the security guard nodded his chin in your direction with a somewhat complex expression. Detective, you're awake. This is... Violet nodded at the security guard, and the security guard, very perceptive, went toward the door. Detective, how do you feel now? Not very well. A strange feeling of confusion, a bit like the first time we met, as I told you. As if I just woke up from a dream, still unable to distinguish reality from dream, with a bit of disappointment and fear. How long did I sleep? What happened? You didn't sleep long, maybe half an hour. Relax, it's over. You just had a dream, a nightmare. Okay. Detective, it is now 8:30 at night. I wanted you to stay in the hospital to recover, but the hospital doesn't seem very willing. At the same time, I'm afraid there are triggers in the hospital that could induce your symptoms. So Violet and I talked, and tonight you will temporarily stay at her private clinic. Don't participate in the police station's work in the coming days, and also don't use your pocket watch. I suspect your crisis this time may be related to the return of the pocket watch this morning. Besides, the lighting in the file room is dim and unventilated. Staying in that environment for a long time causes great damage to the mind and can induce symptoms. Follow the doctor's orders, detective. I'm your responsible doctor. I wouldn't harm you. You nodded. Now, that seemed to be the best option. As for your pistol, you can leave it with me for now. Chris pointed at the pistol in your holster. Alright, doesn't really seem like there's anything else we can really do in here. This is a makeshift bed. The detective will have to make do with it. Violet lives in the house next to the clinic. If anything happens, she can get here as soon as possible. I thought you guys were going to arrange a restraint bed or something to tie me up and prevent me from having another crisis during the night. Actually, at first that was the idea, but the delegate took pity. Anyway, that's it. Get through this psychiatric observation period for a few days. If the situation improves, come back to help with the case. During this time, if you need anything, contact me or Violet. You nodded, indicating you understand. Alright, good night, detective. The clinic's light switch is at the door. I won't disturb your rest anymore. Wait a minute, delegate, how's my file? Well, I had them check the cameras from the last few days, but it was broken for a while. They recorded a black screen and was only fixed today. God damn it. Of course, and Dr. Violet, you and me. In that case, if the delegate still remember the date my file was archived. You suspect your file was never placed in the police archive. Impossible. All files of newly hired police officers are stored in the file room. Maybe it was just a misclassification during some tidying up. Okay, I more or less understand. So good night, detective. We're going to have to check the chat history log up here. But from the logbook, all the people who entered the file room were authorized police officers, including the officer in charge of the room, the officers on duty and on shift, and the cleaning staff. Of course, and Dr. Violet, you and me. Okay, so that's what we missed there. It seems Violet temporarily moved an operating table to serve as a bedside table. Next to a normal bed, it looks a bit strange. On top, there's a bottle of water, some psychiatric drugs, and sedatives. Under the plate, there's still a scalpel that wasn't taken away. It looks like it was all set up in a hurry. I don't like how scalpel was highlighted there. I really don't like that. Good night. Night. Silence. Clearly, these heavy steps do not belong to the night. Demon, I found you. The blade pierced the blanket, and at the same time, your skin, going straight to the nerve. The intense pain shot up your spine instantly. You, who were sleeping, suddenly woke up and by instinct quickly rolled to the other side of the bed. Fortunately, the knife only pierced your shoulder, with no risk to your life. But the intense pain and the sudden awakening still left you without reaction. It took you a few seconds to understand the situation in front of you. Sekhmet. How are you still alive? This is impossible. Demon, I've come to drag you to hell. No, I'm surely still in a dream. I had another crisis. Who the hell are you? But the intense pain in your shoulder told you clearly this was not a dream. You are standing on the wooden floor, and in front of you, someone wanted to kill you. Just like the nightmare you lived in the church. Amidst the intense chase and struggle, you took the opportunity to grab the scalpel left on the bedside table. Enduring the pain in your shoulder, relying on your detective instinct and adrenaline, the moment Sekhmet lunged again, you stuck the scalpel into his throat. Blood gushed out. Sekhmet clutched his throat, making incomprehensible sounds. You couldn't tell if it was a curse or regret. The knife in his hand fell to the floor, making a metallic sound. He lowered his head, kneeling near the floor. You stood by, panting, watching the man in front of you slowly lose his life. Just as he saw in the church, but this time, the impact of the warm blood splattering on your body was etched to the bone. Finally, Sekhmet fell to the side. He was smiling. You saw Sekhmet smile. Two sounds of falling on the wooden floor echoed in the dark clinic. If we walk a little further, we'll reach the garden. This time it's also open to free to all city residents. A man? A subtle noise sounded in your ears, making you very annoyed. For some reason, your heart was beating uncontrollably, and the feeling of adrenaline pulsed in your mind. But you felt a soft hand touch your cheek, and then the buzzing gradually subsided. Go quickly, The bloody Sekhmet in front of you overlapped with Amy's image in a trance. Your nerves, confused and terrified, gradually stabilized. You didn't have a scalpel in your hand, nor a dirty, smiling homeless man by your side wanting to kill you. Instead, there was just the girl you had known for years. No one is going to hurt you. Anan, are you okay? Sorry, Amy, it's just that... Where are we? Anan, this is the Violet Garden in the East District of Providence City, remember? I remember. I promised I would walk with you in the garden. This is the season when violets bloom. You forced a smile, as if wanting to hide your embarrassed expression from before. Yes, right, I still remember. This means my imminent amnesia is improving. Come on, Amy. Let's see the violets bloom. Even though you still didn't remember everything that had happened since the last time you helped Amy clean the library. Of course. Kid, want an ice cream? 10 for 1, the second one half price. Okay, give me 2. Right, wait a moment. You took the ice creams and handed one to Amy. Kid, the weather is so nice today. Want to buy a flower? They're cut flowers, very fresh, perfect to buy for your girlfriend. Of course, then give me a bouquet of violets. You felt a slight pull on your arm sleeve. No, Anan. You took the bouquet from the flower seller and handed it to Amy. Then you made a gesture of taking a photo with your hands and placed it in front of your eyes. Amy, you're even more beautiful now. Don't be shy. Yes, you look even better when you smile. Oh, isn't it a Nan? Finally decided to leave the pile of books on campus to take a walk. The weather is so nice today. Walk more. Don't always be stuck in research with that old Carl. Uncle Balzer, how did you end up here? Me, I finished up my work on campus, and by chance they were hiring a gardener here, so I came to do a side job. Now that I finally have some free time, I'll let this old body smoke a cigarette and rest a bit. And Nan, the violets are beautiful, aren't they? Only for about a month each year can the clusters of violets bloom like this. Yes, the blooming is short, And Nan, did you know that in the library, a new batch of books has arrived? And Nan, do you know what violets mean? It's unknown since when, but an annoying white noise filled your mind. Amy seemed to be saying something next to you, maybe about violets, or about an interesting horror book she recently found, or about a new janitor who arrived at the library. You just responded mechanically, without any ripple in the ocean of your thoughts, until you, by chance, looked at the sidewalk. Demon, I found your hiding place. Maybe I can't kill you, but the people around you are not necessarily safe. I will bleed everyone around you, everyone you care about, to death and decorate them as gifts to God. And it's better to start with this little lady by your side. Only after a while did you recover from the loud white noise. You slapped your own face to make sure you weren't hallucinating. To make sure that the person resurrected from the dead appeared in front of you, coming from another world, came to you. Sekhmet, stop right there. Anan, where are you going? As you ran desperately in the direction Sekhmet had left, a hand pulled your sleeve. Amy, listen, go back to campus quickly. There's a dangerous guy here, a fugitive. And you? This started because of me. I have to solve it. Don't worry about me. I have a way to ensure my own safety. Then I'll go with you. No, Amy, listen. I can't protect two people at the same time. Go back first. You also have many chances to walk in the garden. You hugged Amy gently, as if calming a cat, and caressed her hair. So are you leaving me again? You followed in the direction Sekhmet went. Clearly, he also noticed that you were following him. After a chase game, he entered an abandoned house in the East District of Providence Street. The loud white noise still echoed in your ears, which gave you a headache, but you couldn't care about that now. Upon entering the house, the smell of old dust and mold filled your nostrils. Cobwebs and various scattered objects covered the entire room. You looked inside. Sekhmet was standing next to a broken window. Sekhmet, last chance, answer me. Who the hell are you? Why can you appear in both dream and reality? Anan, what are you doing? Did you eat something wrong? What thing? Answer me. Answer my question. Wake up, open your eyes, and see who I am. A Forgamon, why are you? It's a long story. Do you think I wanted to get into this mess? It's dirty and smelly here. I'd rather play video games. Anyway, come back to the Temple of Space-Time with me quickly. That nauseating white noise still echoes in your ears. 1, 2, countless times, piercing your nerves, making your reasoning difficult. Another trick, isn't it, Sekhmet? You can't deceive me a second time. The gun in your hand spit fire. The bullet hit a Forgamon, but at the moment of contact, it rusted, rotted, and turned to dust. What is this? A provocation? A Nan? A Starkey? And I willingly came to save you. Okay, so we just have to focus on using magical damage. That makes sense, I guess. Should I not select the one to make all my attacks magical attacks, or am I going insane here? You know, honestly, we could have probably killed her this run if I had actually used any attacks instead of trying to arrest her. And there we go, we should be winning this turn. You really can't be underestimated, Starkey. During your fight with a Forgamon, the white noise in your mind gradually disappeared, allowing your thoughts to flow again. The person in front of you was definitely not Sekhmet. The flames flowing beside her were incredibly familiar to you, and the power of time and space in her hands still held you. Without a doubt, this was a Forgamon, and not even a projection of her. It seems they just need to leave you with a breath of life. Stop, a Forgamon. It was a misunderstanding. I wasn't thinking straight. I confused you with someone else. I offer my highest respects to the great Forgamon and apologize for what I did. You felt the flames around Forgamon still pulsing. It seemed that one or two nice words wouldn't make her give up the urge to kill you. But the good news was, she was at least listening to you. Great Forgamon, I was foolish and offended you. Forgive my ignorance, but I have a question for which I seek your answer. Right, save your pretty words. This time I'll forgive you. Come back with me to the Temple of Space-Time. That so-called Nyar doesn't have good intentions with your journey this time. Returning to the temple is the best way to protect you. Wait a minute. Oh no, Great Forgamon, please clarify my doubts for a moment. Is the place we are now reality or a dream? The person on the other side, is he my connector or the detective? The person here, am I Hanan or is Hanan just an insignificant detail in the detective's dream? Starkey, what are you saying? Isn't it obvious? You, of course. Where did this temporal turbulence come from? Wait. Deep purple flames leaped from a Forgamon's hands, but soon the sound of pointers in your mind became louder and louder. A trace of surprise and anger flashed in a Forgamon's eyes. What? To Will. Going up the river from the dream finally awakens. Where am I? You got up from the sofa, your head still a bit dizzy, your body a bit stiff. It seems the quality of sleep last night was not very good. You touched your wrist, the place where Sekhmet stabbed you the night before had already been disinfected and bandaged. But at least a night of sleep brought a moment of peace to your spirit. Detective, you're awake. Do you feel well? You shook your head, trying to clear the confused thoughts from your mind, preferably along with those familiar people from the dream. But you couldn't. Violet. I had another long dream, Violet. In the dream. I seemed to live another life, a perfect life. There was my professor, the people who valued me. I dreamed that I held the hand of the girl I liked on a sunny afternoon, looking at the violets blooming in the garden. Every time I dream of that place, I can continue from where the last dream left off, only with the memory of a few days missing. As if the me from the dream and the other person from the dream were alive and real. Detective, that was just a dream. You turned to look at Triss next to the sofa. He was watching you in silence. When did you guys arrive? Seeming to wage an internal battle, Triss closed his eyes and only spoke after a long time. It's now 8:30 in the morning. Almost an hour has passed since the police arrived at the scene. The person who called was Dr. Violet. She called the police at 7:15 in the morning, stating there was a body in the clinic and you lying in a pool of blood. When the police arrived, Violet had already cleaned and bandaged your wound. The cut was not deep, your shirt and the blood from the wound helped to staunch the bleeding. That saved your life, detectives. But let's get to the point. Tell me about last night. I need to know what happened. You took a deep breath and let out slowly. Last night, someone was next to my bed and stabbed me. I rolled off the bed and saw Sekhmet next to my bed. Impossible. Sekhmet's body was cremated. I figured. I had another hallucination. But I can't distinguish, Triss. I can't distinguish. Anyway, the pain doesn't lie, so I took a weapon, and when he ran toward me, I cut his throat with a knife. I saw the blood blur my eyes. I killed him. I saw Sekhmet smiling. Even lying on the ground, he was smiling. I'm tired, Triss, Violet. Do you know what I'm thinking now? Someone without a name is occupying my thoughts and my body. He has trapped me in the disgusting world of hallucinations, limbs, and bodies. In the real world, there shouldn't be this metallic smell. My clothes wouldn't have blood, and I wouldn't need to stand guard at night to see if someone wants to strangle me. Detective, calm down. Reality has pain, struggle, and torment, but they are not everything. Relax, you're just a bit tired. People who suffer a great shock often imagine a perfect space to protect themselves. They hide all their good things in this space and leave the mania, anger, fear, and stubbornness in reality. Besides, you are even more special. The return of your pocket watch allows you to come into contact with the trauma repeatedly, opening the wound, which makes recovery more difficult. But I'm about to lose my mind, Doctor. Violet approached you and straightened your clothes a bit, then she patted your shoulder lightly. Come on, take a deep breath. Relax, none of this is your fault. Give me a moment here. Apologies, I really didn't think I would be getting interrupted again. Come on, take a deep breath, relax, none of this is your fault. But detective, no matter what happens, this is reality. Find an anchor, don't sink into a false world. Alright, maybe the feeling of disappointment can really destroy a person. I'll focus my energy on what's in front of me. So detective, go home and rest today. Hearing that Triss didn't intend to let you touch the crime scene, you shouted your answer almost by reflex. Violet and Triss are also startled by your reaction. Sorry, I got carried away. What I mean is that someone was next to my bed ready to kill me. Anyway, I need to know who he is. Also for my own safety. Violet and Triss looked at each other and were silent for a long time. Okay, the investigation will still be led by you, but the subsequent arrangements will have to follow my orders. Understood. Chris silently stepped aside, allowing you to investigate freely. Oh, and remember to follow medical orders, detective. We agreed. Don't abuse the watch. You looked at the watch in your pocket. It's unknown if it was because you met a Forgamon, but the surface seemed to have an extra layer of blue light. Alrighty, and that is where... Hang on before we end today's video. I wonder what that scroll of mind domination does exactly. anyway, yeah, that's where I'm going to leave off today's video. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye!